house for Jane. I treat this stanza as a room we jointly own. Come in, spread out, forget the dinner unprepared, the piano waiting in the corner prettily, the gentle music tucked away inside. I start again. I build you a room without furnishings, the ribcage of a plot picked clean. The trouble with drawing rooms is conversations may be hushed, observed. We speak freely only in the house of sky, the kitchen of moss, the quiet bedroom of a cave. For we read, for I read. I build you an eyrie on Stanage Edge at dusk, the stars forlorn and vaguely twinkling. A house is just an outline for the mind to fill, unless it's a parsonage. Then you know it down to its lintels, patterned teacups, the mind of its roof. Your first house, where you learnt to root for truths acknowledged universally, the home you go back to every dream. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a woman in possession of good ideas must be in want of a room of her own. I build you a house like Pemberley, lavish with pink roses in summertime. The floors echo sadly when you walk, too much silence to be held by bricks alone. I build you a snow cave in the Cairngorms. I build you a box room in Bloomsbury. I build you a shared flat in Chesterfield, neat above a betting shop. I build you a squat. I build you the room made by a man's arms outstretched, but we decide against it. I build you a sighing room of leaves, and they shiver as one when the wind changes. The first desk that I wrote at was a plank of wood, a kind of shelf in my childhood bedroom spanning wall to wall, full of whorls and knots like eyes. I imagine it built by my father. Once my grandfather made me a desk with a lid and inkwell, long since lost. But later, a desk was a steering wheel, the back of a pram, a rock before the rain came down. A room was a moment, untethered. I've never met the same one twice. I build you a little room of brittle ice. A writing room can be a body, Jane. A page is just the back of your hand. Look, a well-kept cottage flanked by elms and firs and chestnuts. A quiet patch for growing vegetables, a central hearth, a trellis and a porch. A home lost to a brother, handed past you, his prescribed inheritance. I build you a room of gin. We'll dive in Mr. Darcy style and swim. The grandeur of the house astonished, but could not console her. I build you a house which can be carried on a back, a snail shell house, patterned with autumn. A great male writer let me use his writing desk for several hours. The view extravagant. He had 3 other desks. The night before, he met me late with a bunch of flowers, white and lilac, and I was ready to accept them graciously, but they were his, gifted to him for his many gifts. It never occurred to him to pretend otherwise. I build you a room of notable sunflowers and all that pollinate them, the efficient bee and the honeyed aftermath. I build you a house of cards. I build you a barn of stars. In lockdown, I walked an hour a day with my small child, made flapjacks, wrote never. Then a large tree in the centre of Chelsea Park was a room, and we sat under its shade for as long as we could manage. I build you a room of wild garlic. I build you a room of fast river. I build you a room of 444 forever. Who taught us to use the chisel and the hacksaw, Jane? Who taught us to mix concrete so well? For who taught us, read no one, read never. My friend can build and plumb a shed in weeks, self-made. She keeps her tattoo guns in there, builds the body a house of ink. She makes it seem so easy, this world shaping. But I know what it takes to show up day after grey day, believing your hands enough. I build you a shed with a vast skylight. She teaches me. I build you a house made of books with the words by a lady crossed out on the cover, your name daubed underneath in dusky pink. How musty they smell, how their spines creak in the wind. I build you a house of candles and I keep them lit in case you ever come home. Stanza, a station, a room, a kind of stopping place, bright part of a bigger whole, a refuge between silences. Can you jump across? Give me your hand and try. So long playing house in the houses of men, so long renting a place in the hearts of others. Perhaps a tent could be enough, a small pitch on the edge of a glacier, the broken world groaning all night with what weighs on it. Friend, there's not a world I wouldn't give you if I had some blessing. Landlord of the crescent moon, bailiff of the spider webs, letting agent of the dawn. I give you this room to signify. Jane, I build you a room shaped like a ship and we sail off in it. I give you this room as a symbol of my love, to have, to hold, to have, to hold, to hold.